The biggest question after Andor Season 2 and the final 3 episodes is what happened to Luthen? What was his fate? We're going to be talking spoilers in this episode, so this is going to be your spoiler warning. So at the end of the day, Luthen did not survive the rebellion, but he built it all. He did everything himself for the longest time until Cassian left, and they ended up creating a giant rebellion. And the only reason they were able to figure out about the Death Star was because of Luthen and his plant Lonnie in the ISB. Having Luthen get found out by Dedra, him sacrificing his own life, and able to get the information to Clea so that Clea could feed that information back to Cassian and also use her as a pawn. Even though he saw her as a daughter, he used her to make sure that he was completely dead so that the ISB and the Empire could not get any information out of him. Having his own self-sacrifice in order to make sure that the rebellion succeeds, because they fight and lose, but they keep fighting until they eventually win, which is exactly what they do in this, where he gets information to Clea. Clea gets information to Cassian. Cassian gets information to the rebellion. And now the rebellion has the idea that the Empire was building something for this energy project that was actually the Death Star, which they don't know the name just yet. And after at the end of the episode, with Cassian leaving, he's going to find out about the Death Star, and that's what's going to set up everything that has to do with Rogue One. And then ultimately gain the plans for the Death Star for the rebellion so that we can get to A New Hope and they destroy the Death Star. And I loved Cassian's interaction with the Council for the rebellion, talking to Mon Mothma, Bail Organa, Draven, and just defending Luthen when they weren't believing him, saying it's insulting for them to talk down about him, even though they actually never knew him and they didn't know what kind of person he was. He might have been someone who cared about himself and was willing to sacrifice people for the cause, which isn't always the best thing. So I really like how they built all this up, and the way they used Luthen's storyline was really interesting, showing him as a shady character who eventually was the person who helped start the rebellion and helped Cassian go on his rise to power to become Captain Andor and a leader in the rebellion. So an absolutely fantastic way to tell a story, and I thought it was really interesting to see what they did with it, especially with Clea's character, and it was just really cool to learn about him, and at the end of the day, watch his sacrifice actually mean something. So let me know, what do you think of Luthen's fate and how he sacrificed himself in this episode?